What is up, everybody? Hope you're doing well out there. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are out there in the world. What is up? Today, a little bit different. I am coming to you here from actually a hotel. I'm actually in Incheon, which is outside the Incheon airport. I'm at a quite fancy, nice hotel here, waiting for my flight tomorrow morning back to the United States. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a different background here. It's going to be kind of fun. We're going to have a fun day. We're going to do things a little differently than I expected. First off, I was planning to start this stream 2 hours earlier, but that was back when we thought there was going to be a verdict today, back when I thought I might be streaming the closings, and I'll get into what exactly I'm doing today. But before that, I just want to say, for those who are new to the channel, for those who might not know, I'm Andrew Esquire. Welcome to The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. Lots of stuff happened yesterday, both in the trial and outside of the trial, and we're gonna address both. We're gonna address both, but we're gonna have fun here overall. And there's gonna be some moments of seriousness. There's one thing I want to be serious about when I get to it, and we'll cross that bridge in a second when we come to it. But it's good to see everybody here in the chat. And honestly, I'm so thankful to have all you guys as my followers. And all of you guys come to these chats learning more about, Amber Heard, but also how the mainstream media is really lying to people on issues. This will not be the first nor the last issue that the mainstream media lies about. And I just hope that some of you that are interested in Heard and Depp, some of you that have come here straight for Heard and Depp, continue to stick around, hang around this channel, even after we transition to other topics. But that being said, what's up, everybody? I know it's early for a lot of people. Right, I know it's early, but I do appreciate all of you making it out here today. JDV already off rip had a super chat here, which says, "What would happen if Amber fired her lawyers last night? Would the whole case have to be retired or was postponed of closing arguments?" Nope. If Amber Heard chose of her own volition. Here's the thing. Amber Heard, if she chose to do it, if the lawyers didn't run away on her, if she chose to do it, she needs to understand that there's going to be a penalty for them, for her firing them at this important time. She can't get an advantage. She can't get a delay just because she decides to fire her lawyers. Now, there would be a meeting with the court. The court would actually have to grill her, and they would say, "Hey, Amber, before we dismiss them, before I excuse them," because the judge has to grant the dismissal of the attorneys. So the judge is going to say, "Do you understand this is going to severely disadvantage you?" And you would have to get Amber on the record as saying, "Yeah, I understand it's fucking nuts. It's crazy. It's going to show that I'm batshit insane. But I still want to dismiss them." So the judge would grill her and say, like, "Are you sure? Are you really sure? Okay, now I'm going to give you maybe 24 hours to find an attorney." Right. And now, if she did it today, then yeah, I guess technically they might give her till Tuesday. But what does that buy her? The weekend? I mean, I don't think that changes the court case. I don't think it changes the case that we left on yesterday, rather. We left on some really powerful notes. We're going to go over those. But as always, this is my channel. It's the Legal Mindset. Despite the fact they may call us bots, despite the fact they may say that we're some sort of fake news and all this other stuff. We like to do the memes. The memes are not just for bots, not just for beat boobs. They're for everybody. Hello, what Mitch says here. The winner of the trial, Aquaman. Yeah, good stuff. All right. Speaking of the memes and speaking of Aquaman, let's just share these over here on my second screen. So we've got the first one here. This actually isn't a meme. This is the fact that, like, right after yesterday, like literally as soon as she mentioned it, the thing about the nightmares and all of their shit, immediately the news picked it up. So it's not really a meme. This is kind of reality. This is kind of like a red pill, guys, is that the media immediately ran with this shit, immediately ran with this narrative. So yeah, that was interesting that they chose to do that. They chose to go there. Next, love hurts. And when love hurts, call Amica Cream. Honestly, Amica Cream, I will say one thing. Amica Cream did not play as much of a role in this trial as I expected it to. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be honest. There's a lot more potential for Amica Cream. We did not see as much as we potentially could have. A little bit disappointed there, guys. A little bit disappointed, but we got some comments about the ice in the Amica Cream. You did get a little bit of love. But not enough. Next, I have the right as an American to put my baby in the microwave. Yes, I know, a little harsh, guys, but hey, good stuff, good memes. All right, next. The internet says you're guilty of being delicious. I don't know who made this one, but whatever. I mean, it's good because they're showing it up the phone. It's a good meme. And it's such a good meme. There's another. You blinked on your selfie. I was pooping. Wow. Okay. What time is it? Hammer time. And when I take pleasure looking at others' misery, look at her face. That's really the face of somebody who's demented, who enjoys, who really truly enjoys other people suffering. I mean, that's really what I knew was literally during Johnny's testimony, when Johnny was talking about how he was suffering, how he was in a bad way, how Johnny was having like a legitimately bad time with life. And when Amber is sitting there laughing like it's a fucking joke, this was not just a red flag. This was I hope the jury is seeing this because, I mean, you can't unsee this. You can't untoll that bell. And in this case, Amber's bell is her bitch face, right? Is this level of bitch face. Susie says, crazy last day. Who do you think wins? I'm going to give you my predictions after this. And by the way, the baby, people say, I don't like to join the baby in, right? Well, she drew the baby in. It wasn't somebody else. It was her. She was the one who brought that in. Let's be very clear about that. All right. Next, when Amber Turd, hashtag Amber Turd, becomes a public court record. Glorious. Glorious. Very good. Next, make sure you tell them everyone who hates me is a bot. Yes, guys, you're a bot, you're a bot, you're a bot, you're a bot. You're all bots. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that you belong to Russia. Because that's what Amber Heard wants you to believe. Either Russia or Johnny Depp, one way or another. But yeah, beep boop. Next, hi, I'm Earth. Have we met? I don't think so. Oh, okay. And we will speak about this meme. Because I know this meme. This one I got. So this one was sent to me, right? But the bottom part I know now has more weight to it. And we will talk about that real quick because I have to talk about this because it's been made into a thing. Actually, but before I do that, one more meme. Before I talk about the O face, the TMZ O face, forgot this one, guys. Forgot this one. Sometimes the dog is the responsible one. All right. So let's talk about it. I've got to address something before we start here because, I haven't said anything on it yet. And I feel like everybody has to make a political statement on this. So let me do this real quick to get this out of the way, knock this out here in the show. For those that don't know, I'm sure you're in a minority, but obviously there was a little bit of drama. Yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about, Beats. I'm going to talk about the Let's Talk video from another LawTube streamer. The one that Alita put out. I wasn't going to talk about it until she did that video, and then I felt like I was obliged to have to talk about it now. So especially since I've been on her streams, and I know her, but I've also been on Nick's streams, right? Nick has graciously treated me as one of the 4 people he gives invites to. So I've been on Nick Rekida's show, mostly, but I don't have any problem with Alita's show. But I want to be very clear about a couple things because a lot of people have been in my DMs, and I need to get the drama cleared, everything cleared out. I need to get my position on this. So I take a very similar position to Nick in that I don't like to be considered like in one group or not in another. I like to be considered as an individual. I treat people individually. my life code is that I don't really give a shit what somebody else says about somebody. If they treat me correctly, that's all I care about. So let me be unambiguous that I don't really know DUI guy. He's never been on my show. I have extended an invitation to DUI guy to come on my show. He is free to come on my show whenever he wants. I extended an invitation to him. That being said, Alita and I, Legal Bites and I, started around the same time. So actually, I may have started a little bit before her, but it's not germane. When you start on YouTube is all relative. It was within a month or two of each other. So we started our channels around the same time. We were both very young channels, very small during Rittenhouse. We grew a lot during Rittenhouse. She went and does one sort of content, and I do a different sort of content. And we collaborate. I've been on her show many times before this. I've been on it during the Depp versus Heard streams. I've been on, I think, once or twice on Alita's streams. I think twice, maybe even 3 times. I've been on her channel. My position during the Depp Heard trials is I always get an invite from Nick. Nick always sends me an invite. Alita drops it in a group text. And to me, my point of view is, and this is my position, is that if I have to choose between a stream where there's 3 other people or 1 other person or 2 other people, so let's say Nick's stream, which has 1, 2, or 3 people, versus Alita's stream, and I look at the stream before I go on and there's 6 or 7 people, I'm not going on a stream with 8 people or 7 people, because in terms of getting a word in edgewise, I'm not going to get to talk. And look, I'm okay watching with my friends and being silent sometimes, but a trial is a long commitment. I lose a lot of sleep watching these things. And if I'm going to come on something, I should have at least some time to talk, some time to ability to inflect. So if there's 8 or 9 people, that's just not something that I like to be part of. Because to me it's too much, and I don't get my I can't express things, even though I do have the whiteboard, and the whiteboard is a big tool for those streams. But that's why I often choose to go on Nick's channel. It's nothing personal. That being said, I did see Alita's latest video, the Let's Talk video. And I want to say something that I've known her since we started together. She's been nothing but respectful to me, nothing but great to me personally. So however, regardless of what happened with anybody else, to me personally, individually, she's been fantastic. So I can't say anything but good things about her in the way she's treated me individually. And that's how I assess everybody. How have they treated me individually? I'll say this, and I'll be very vague about this. There was a small minor issue that she had to speak to me about at one point, and it was a misunderstanding. And I think, she did a fantastic job of contacting me privately. She called me, we talked about it, we had a conversation like adults, and we handled it, right? And I totally understood where she was coming from. I totally got it, and we had a conversation, and we haven't had any issues, right? So she's done that before with me. I've had that conversation with her. I thought she handled it very well. I didn't have a problem with it in the way she treated me. Now, I can't speak for anybody else. I can't speak for this other person. I don't know who they are. I don't know what their story is. I don't know what their history is. I'm not in their DMs. I'm not, in this chat. So, I am in the LawTube chat, but I'm not in like the personal DMs of other people. So, I don't know anything about any background of this drama. They haven't told me anything about it. Even on Twitter, I sent Alita a message, and I said, hey, I'm cool. We're cool. We're good. Let's, we can talk, sometime. So whenever you want. So that's out there. That's put out there for her. She's got that. We're cool. Everybody's cool. But I will say one thing though. I have said this as a YouTuber and as a person. This is good life lesson. I'm not a fan of partnering with people in business or in anything. Hell, that's even why traditional marriage, as we see with Johnny and Amber Heard, traditional marriage is often a problem because, it's a partnership and it's hard to break up a lot of times. But, I think one thing you should work on is, hey, how can we collaborate without necessarily partnering, right? How can we do one project or one stream or one video and take it one video at a time, take it one stream at a time? My relationships that I deal with business partners, I deal with them one-on-one. Like you're great for this, you might not be great for this, right? I'm a great person to talk to if you want to talk about the law. If you're going to talk about engineering, I'm not the guy you need on the stream. You need a different dude. So that's why I like talking to people who know other things, who know different things. And that's why for my channel, you're going to see not just lawyers. I don't want this channel to be a lawyer channel. This will never be just pure lawyers. That's why I bring on people who know other things. Now, I will bring on other lawyers, but I try to bring on lawyers that have different knowledge sets than myself. I don't want just 4 Andrews on the panel. That's boring as hell. I want people that have other experience, backgrounds, maybe some people who disagree with me, and that's what we're going to be doing with the channel. So just want to give that shout out there. I felt like I needed to say it. I couldn't just like let this thing ride and not talk about it, but I'm not going to start any drama. I'm not going to be backing anybody. That's my 2.5 cents. So love you guys. And thank you for supporting me in my channel. Takei37 says, not a me, but have you seen Amber Heard taking a pill in court? See Twitter DMs for details. God damn it, guys. You got to send the Twitter DMs earlier in the day. You can't send them like late, man. And by the way, I see Jordy. Jordy, you messaged me. I'll send you the invite in a second. I just want to get past a little bit of this stuff. But yes, I did see the pill, and that was a thing. And what do I think about it? Well, I mean, she took something, but who knows what it could be? You have no idea what it could be. Oh, by the way, I got a nice gift. 50K subs. So I got the 50 back there. I don't know if you guys saw that. But of course, it's a little outdated because we're now at 63. Honestly, guys, I would love to hit 70 before the end of this trial, but you know, that wishful thinking about this. But you know, 70K would be great, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see other comments here. I'm trying to make sure I catch all these super chats. And guys, by the way, if I ever miss a super chat, always let me know because I can always catch it the next time. In the next round, rather. Okay, so I've got one here, got pulled up on the side, which says, did Amber insist on testifying, and how hard did her team try to get her not to do it? I think my opinion, my 2.5 cents here, is that she forced herself on the stand. I think her lawyers said, Amber, don't do it. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. I think Amber said, nah, I'm going to do it. And she went and did it. She went and testified. So I think that's what she did. She forced herself on the stand. I think it was a bad idea. And we're going to review that. We're going to pull up the video, and I want to go through exactly how bad it was and why I thought it was bad. Because it was real bad, guys. It was not good. It was not good. So we're gonna do a breakdown of that. I think that's worthy to do. In terms of the verdict, right? So I do not expect a verdict today. Why? Well, because they don't have dinner. And you're like, wait, what? Dinner? What does that have to do with anything? It has everything to do with things, guys. When they're not being fed dinner, they're going to want to go eat. They're pissed off. They're going to want to go home. And they have the ability to go home when they want to go home. So if they want to stay late, they can stay late. But they're going to be late and hungry, right? And the last thing you want is some hangry people on the bar. No one is going to win that claim if they're all hangry. It's not going to happen. You know, you can't fight the hanger. So yeah, you've got to definitely have dinner if you want them to stay past 5 o'clock. And because of that, I do not think there's going to be a decision today. And because they're not having to come in tomorrow on Saturday, they get off till Tuesday. So because they get off till Tuesday, they're gonna punt it. I know they're gonna punt it. It's going to happen. These closings are going to take 4 hours. It's going to be 4 hours total, maybe a little bit over. So we're going to go into lunch with the closings. And after that, they've only got 4 or 5 hours to deliberate. Actually, 1 p.m., so probably like 4 hours to deliberate, maybe 3 hours to deliberate if you're taking a 1 hour lunch. They're not going to come up today. They're not going to come out with a decision today. So I think it's going to be Tuesday, and I think they're going to come up with a decision on Tuesday. So my title of the verdict, I will say I actually had a misconception on how they were going to do it. And because of that, I do not think we're going to have a verdict today. So this title about the verdict should really be no verdict, right? There's going to be no verdict today. I'm predicting that. Unless they walk out and walk right back in, which would be awesome. Because if they do walk out and walk back in, I guarantee you they're walking out and walking back in for Johnny, not for Amber. Gromack says, my man finally made it from bathroom to hotel. Don't worry, Gromax. This hotel has a bathroom. It is right around this corner, right? Quite a big hotel, though. I made sure it had enough space for me to record. And that's a nice little kitchen area. I'm actually set up in like the kitchen, on the kitchen table, kind of looking out over here. And then behind me, out that window, is the Incheon Airport. I can actually see planes taking off out the window. So it's actually pretty cool. Will Krug said, Heard's admission yesterday to writing the op-ed to damage Depp surely would be the self-imposed nail in the coffin. Yes, Willie, we're going to listen to that. But my argument is that may very well prove an element, a critical element of this defamation claim. I mean, it may be the decisive one. But yeah, I guys, and by the way, thank you very much. Chris is like, your subs are flying up, Andrew. Good content counts. Thank you. And I try to put out good content for you guys. I try to put out educational, entertaining content, right? We like to have fun here on my channel, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to have fun. We're going to educate you guys. We're going to have these conversations and, talk about it. Sir Malhouse says, hey, Legal Mindset, super drunk right now. Amazing. Cheers, brother. I would drink this mini bar alcohol, but there's some good options, but they're only like airplane bottles. So if I want, I'll just go to the bar in the hotel later. But I do have a really early flight tomorrow. So it's right now it's 6:24 p.m. So my flight is at like 8-ish. So I've got to get up really early in the morning tomorrow. But he says he studies medieval lit. So if you ever want to talk about historical setting, I'd love to put that out there and talk with people about storytelling and history. Awesome, man. Yeah, if there's a topic that comes up, I like to talk about the intersection of law and pop culture, the intersection of law and reality, law and history. So that'd be amazing. You know what's funny? I was a big fan of Game of Thrones. I was a big Game of Thrones fan. And I remember when Dave and Dan and HBO fucking ruined Game of Thrones by making it completely ridiculous. People are like, oh, it doesn't matter. And I'm like, no, the point is all these things were supposed to be tied to kind of ancient medieval history and making them like semi-realistic with a veneer of fantasy made it interesting versus just making it ridiculous and like unbelievable. So that was one series I was sad they ruined. RIP GOT. Bridget with a $4.99 super sticker. Thank you so much there. And then we've got Debbie O. Debbie O says no one wants to come back over a 3-day weekend. Maybe you can DoorDash some pizza to jury number 1 so we can get this over with. Also, happy 50th. It was 50K subs, so it's actually a wonderful gift for 50K subs. But now we're above that, guys. We're moving on. Alpaca. By the way, did you notice the alpaca hanging out of his Ben Chu's pocket? I think he has a stuffed alpaca in his pocket. Ben Chu. So, hi, Andrew. I already asked Joe his opinion, but eager to hear yours. Why do you think Camille decided not to cross Amber longer? She didn't need to. She literally got exactly what she needed out of her. And the point was to end on that point that Amber said. Amber said a bad thing and she ended on it. We're going to catch it. We're going to go listen to it because I think that cross is the most important thing that happened. It was devastating and it is maybe the nail of the coffin here. I mean, not that the evidence was leaning Amber's way, but I think it may have sealed the deal. Just a dude. LawTube is a communistic slide. Be wary. Well, I think there was a good point, and I think Nick Rekieta made this point of anytime if there's a group should be wary. I mean, anytime there's a group, you start getting or even a partnership, you start getting delegations, you start getting people concerned about one person profiting while other people are contributing without getting their fair share, and there's some sort of attempt to have an uprising. Which, once again, it's the whole struggle, internal group conflicts. It's better to just be on your own, but you can't really be on your own. You've got to collaborate. So there's a big difference between collaborating and being part of a commune. And of course, I have no interest in being part of a commune. And of course, if you know my politics and how fucking base this channel is, you know that we're not commune friendly here. Although, you know what? If you really wanted to form a commune on your own, I guess you chose to do it. I'm fine with that. But I'm not going to be part of a commune. I'm a very individualistic person. All righty. I think we're caught up here. So, Jordy, let me get you the link because I know you had mentioned coming in. So I just wanted to give you this one. So, Jordy, you've got the link. If you're watching me in the chat, check that bad boy out. Yeah. And what we're going to do here is we're going to watch some of this testimony, some of this cross-examination testimony, the things that Camille crossed Amber Turd. I think this is the nail in the coffin, guys. I think this is the one thing, if there's anything, this is the one thing that does her in. This is the one thing that finishes her. And I think it could be absolutely glorious. Kareen said, can the judge punish them for fabricating evidence? Yes, they can. The judge always has the power to sanction. So it's definitely a possibility. Now, will they, if they discover that they did it intentionally, the judge would. Also, I'm sure that other lawyers, if they discover that, would report them, right? So the opposing counsel could report them and report them to the bar and have them punished if they thought that was a problem. And we got one comment here. And guys, if you're a member, I try to crawl you out if I see and we're slow. So Burst of Beauty, who's a member here, says that cross had me dying. So yes, that did have me dying too. I was literally dead. But you're about to be die again because we're going to play it one more time. Dutchy says, will both parties do 2 closings? Yes. One for the Depp claim, one for the Amber Heard counterclaim. Yes. So here's how it works. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. So it is Johnny, Johnny, Amber, Johnny, Amber. And how that works is Depp's claim, right? Johnny argues his own claim. Amber rebuts. Johnny comes back with Johnny's team comes back with rebuttal and also attacking the counterclaim. And then Amber gets to just finish off there. And they can divide the time how they want. But they can only divide it in 2. They can't divide it into 3 or 4. So that's how they're doing it. It's a little weird, but it gives them all the same amount of time. They each have 2 hours. They can divide it as they please. All right. Oh, thank you for the 20 pounds, David Smith. And let me let in a little friend of mine, Jordy. Jordy, how's it going, brother?
Not too bad, thanks. Yourself?
Good. I'm just chilling here in the airport near Incheon, ready to catch my flight a little bit later, so tomorrow. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad to be coming here and streaming with you guys and interested to see what we're going to see today for the closings.
I'm excited for it, yeah. I mean, I think we all know that it'll probably be Ben that says it, but Ben is going to hammer on the fact that there is no evidence to support that counterclaim. Yep. That's why they were discussing it during jury instructions yesterday, and Rottenborn trying to be cheeky, saying, they can't talk about how there's no evidence. Well, there is no evidence. Of course they can.
Yeah. What order? So here's going to be the order. Johnny's team first, Amber's team, Johnny's team, Amber's team, right? So
and if I understand that's Johnny's primary, Amber's primary. Johnny's primary, Amber's rebuttal to that primary.
Yes.
Then it's Johnny's rebuttal to Amber's primary plus the rebuttal to her counterclaim. And then it's technically Amber's primary because it'll be for her counterclaim.
Yes, her trash claim, yes. So if it was you, because I have an idea in my mind, but I want to get your opinion, Jordy. And by the way, guys, Jordy, if you don't know, he's experienced in the UK. He's not a solicitor, but he has a background as a solicitor and now as a data analyst in the UK. But Jordy, who would you put on that like primary cross? What attorney would you assign to each one? If you have to assign different attorneys, 4 different attorneys.
Oh, I've got this mapped out already.
Go ahead.
So,
go ahead, do it.
Part 1 for Johnny would be a mixture of Ben and Camille. Part 1
you usually can't do that, but
they did for openings though, didn't they? They used 2 attorneys during the opening, so I'm assuming that's how it's going to work for closing.
Yeah, okay. It was a little weird, but I know they did do it, but it was weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting them to do the same thing again. If they don't, then it'll be Camille. Let's go with 1 attorney on each section. So it'll be Camille, then it'll be Elaine, then it'll be Ben, and then it'll be Rottenborn.
See, actually, I would flip that, but only slightly. I agree with your picks for Amber's team. I would do Ben first, and then Elaine, obviously, because the cat lady is incompetent. And I think that Camille are the attack dogs, respectively, for each side. So I think Camille on the point, specifically on the section where it's double rebuttal, where it's rebutting both their arguments and rebutting the arguments of the counterclaim. Camille's strength is calling people out on their bullshit, and Camille needs to be able to call Amber out on her bullshit. And it's Amber by proxy of the attorneys, but being able to call her out there and trigger her and saying, "Nope, what you said is a lie. This is a lie. That is a lie."
I think that'd be
very powerful.
The only reason I say Camille first is because I think that first block is where they really hammer home how much she's lied about the actual abuse claims. And if I was on that jury, I just think it's less worse attacking abuse claims when it comes from a woman than it is from a bloke. So if whichever section they're going to put the majority of that attack the abuse claims in, that's where Camille needs to be, because it's easier coming from a woman. So
yep, she needs to be in the one that's attacking the abuse. I totally agree with that. Like 100% agree with that, because I mean, that's the real problem, is that it's hard to have a guy attacking abuse claims.
Well, yeah, you just get accused of being misogynistic, don't you?
Exactly. And that's going to happen. I mean, that's always going to happen. Man, we got a bunch of super chats here. So let me work through these before I play this. I was going to go right into the video, but you guys are all on top of this today. So I want to make sure that I get all this out there. Let's start. Let me show you guys so you guys see that I'm working through this. I want you guys to know. And by the way, I see people saying, "Oh, I sent a super chat." Yes, I'll catch it, guys. Don't worry, I catch them. And I may implement a rule, like if it's over like 10 or 20 bucks, then I'll do it right away. But if it's smaller, I'll do it later. But for now, I'm just reading them in order. So Billy Canuck says, Heard's admission yesterday to writing the op-ed to damage Depp surely is a self-imposed nail in the coffin. No, I read that one and I did agree with you. Alpaca, I read that one as well. Just a Dude, I read that one. Debbie, I read that. Oh, here you go. Sweet Arts, who said she sent a super chat, which says, if Amber doesn't know the Hicksville manager, why did Elaine ask him if he ever wore a mesh shirt? And they laughed. I think that's because one of the descriptions said the manager was wearing a mesh shirt. So I think that's how the mesh shirt came in. That's my understanding there. Did you catch that detail, Jordy, about the mesh shirt?
I did, yeah. I thought it was quite amusing when he said, "Oh no, I would never wear one of those."
It was funny. It's like
I think there might
be
a
choice.
bit of a delay on my end, Andrew. So I'm going to reset my internet on my phone, and then come back.
Yeah, sounds good. So drop and just come on back. I'll just remove you for a second. Okay, guys, let me work through these. Harry Western says, how do the arguments work? Are Amber and Johnny present and each team can object? Yes, so Amber and Johnny are allowed to be present. They're also allowed to not be there if they don't want to be there. So Amber and Johnny cannot be there if they don't want to be there. And they can be there. It's first, like I said, first Johnny, then Amber, then Johnny, then Amber, right? So that's the order. They have 2 hours. They can split it how they want. So for example, Johnny's team could do an hour and 30 minutes up front and then 30 minutes in the back, or they could do an hour, or whatever they want. If I were them, I'd split it equally. Juan Gomez said, greeting from Southwest Florida. What's up, Fort Myers, Naples, that area. What's up, Southwest Florida? Spent a lot of time there. They need to improve the roads, widen those roads. Kareen says, can the judge punish them for fabricating evidence? It is possible. Oh, and Dutchie, I already read this one. Nicholas says, in order for Amber Heard to win, everybody else has to have lied under oath, including some of her witnesses. Nicholas, that was exactly my tweet. My tweet was that in order for Amber Heard to prevail, everybody else has to have committed perjury, lying under oath. Otherwise, they're not going to prevail. Nemesis sent a £1 super chat. David Smith, a £20 super chat. Thank you so much. Ezekiel007 says the microwave baby comment came from a defamation case in the UK. Varney versus Rooney going at the moment. Tug and Geeksome post the headline on Twitter. I will check it out. Joseph, feeling sorry for Amber Turd. I don't know if she recovers. Where's she a year from now? Sad. She just had to speak truth. Thoughts? Yeah, well, Joseph, she chose to lie. I don't feel bad for her because all this would have been avoided if Amber Heard did not lie. All of this would have been avoided if Amber Heard didn't lie. Period. Shout out. I got one for Rakeda here. It says, I am looking forward to this. I sleep now. Oh God, Ricada, bro, I will catch you on the flip. Ricada, just so you know, I'm about to get on a plane. I'm in the Incheon airport. I'm gonna get on a plane tomorrow. So if I don't join your stream tonight, it's not because I have a deep beef with you, but it's because I'm getting on a plane. If I can poke my head in, I'll poke my head in for 2 seconds. But I have a very early flight, and it'll also be on Verdict Watch next week, hopefully. And if he's on Verdict Watch next week, I'll pop in with him. I love him, and thank you for allowing me to be on your channel. And giving me the invite. I consider that an honor. Also partly an insult, but also an honor. David said, Camille got Amber to admit to the op-ed twice. Nothing needed to be said afterwards, apart from an emotional sting of Isaac Baruch. Very, 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 very true. All right, so that's what I have for these super chats. We're all past those right there. So that being said, guys, we're going to jump into it, and we're going to get into the actual cross-examination. I'm going to give you kind of a play-by-play and what I think sinks, absolutely sinks Amber Heard's case. I love Ricada's like, we beefing now. Yeah, it's beef. It's beef. What's for dinner? Beef. No, Nick, seriously, go the fuck to sleep, bro. You've been streaming more than I have. And I literally was supposed to stream this morning, and I was passed out. I just could not do it. I'm too sleep deprived. It's catching up to me, guys. Even now, I'm hurting. I'm really hurting. I've got to be honest. And I have other jobs besides this, so I've been doing work on top of this. It's been insane, guys. It's been really insane. I'm looking forward to maybe a weekend of just sleeping and catching up. So let's turn over here to the actual cross-examination. And Jordy, welcome back. Sounding better?
Yes, it should be fine now, hopefully.
Jordy.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Good. Well, yeah, oh, you're solid, mate. So I'm gonna turn on this rebuttal here, this kind of review here, and I'd love to hear your work. I'm gonna chop it up live, so I'd love to hear you and I talking about it, live, because I think this is the most material thing about what happens. And also afterwards, we're gonna talk about how what she said here fucked up the jury instruction. So literally, this was so important that it changed the jury instructions. So let's get into it without further ado. I don't like to fluff you too much. Let's just do it, guys. Here's Amber Turd on the stand.
We've got no sound on the screen share, Andrew.
That's the. Oh, let me make sure that's added. Thank you very much on that. Don't want another boomer moment, so let's do it one more time. This time with feeling. By the way, all she did was say hello, so there's nothing. You didn't miss anything there. And that's the nicest part of this, is the interaction where they said, let's begin talking about how this was hard for you, Amber.
Exposed to the world multiple times, right?
I haven't lied about anything I've been here to say.
You sat here and told this jury that the events in Hicksville started with Mr. Depp getting really upset about a woman leaning on you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's effectively what happened, yeah.
You testified that he actually grabbed that woman's wrist and twisted it, right?
And told her that he could effectively break her wrist by saying he knew how many pounds of pressure, asking her how many pounds of pressure it took to break a human wrist.
But your own witness, your former best friend, Rocky Pennington, she didn't corroborate that, did she?
I'm not quite sure what part of that night she saw. There were a lot.
The answer to that question, it's funny. I hope this is not blanking out here. But the answer to the question is no, she did not corroborate that. Rocky Pennington did not corroborate that story. In fact, it sounded fully illegitimate from Rocky Pennington's point of view.
A lot of people there.
She didn't testify that Mr. Depp grabbed anyone's wrist in Hicksville.
Again, I don't know what Rocky saw. There were a lot of people there that night.
You testified that once you brought Mr. Depp back to your trailer, he trashed it, correct?
That is correct.
And the manager of the Hicksville trailer park was furious that Donnie had wrecked the whole thing. Do you remember that testimony?
That's correct.
Well, we heard from that manager of the Hicksville trailer park, Morgan Knight, on Monday, didn't we?
I'm not quite sure who that guy was.
Oh, I don't know who he is. He wasn't the manager.
Ridiculous. Hold on, let me pop it back up.
So you're accusing Mr. Knight of testifying and committing perjury?
I'm not accusing anyone. I just don't recognize that man.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was upset with Mr. Depp spending time away from him. Isn't that correct?
How would he know? He wasn't there.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that it was actually you who was yelling at Mr. Depp.
Again, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things to be involved in the Johnny Depp show, but he wasn't there. He doesn't know. And he certainly doesn't know what happened behind closed doors, like most people.
So you're calling Mr. Knight a liar?
Once again, this is a theme, right? He calls everybody a
Everyone's
liar,
lying but
right?
me.
I mean, it's everybody. Everybody is lying, but there. Also, is I think I saw some people in the chat here. I think maybe Nate is. What's you say? Nate's in the chat. Nate the lawyer's in the chat. So
Yeah,
so
Nate
Nate,
said
I
hi.
will. I'll send you a link. I'll DM you. I'll DM you a link.
I am saying he wasn't there, and what he testified to doesn't match what I know happened. But I don't fault him. He wasn't there, so how would he know?
He testified he was there, Ms. Heard. Did you hear that?
That's his testimony, yes.
So you're calling him a liar.
I'm just saying he wasn't there.
Yes, the answer is yes.
You heard Mr. Knight testify that the trailer wasn't trashed, and that's why you're calling him a liar.
He testified that a light fixture was broken, similar to the way that
Yes,
Johnny's
other than a light
employees
fixture. That was
testified
the
to
only
my
thing that was
closet being
broken, right?
rearranged.
This is very unprofessional. This is very odd, right? This interaction here where they're speaking over each other. Really, it's problematic when you get in this situation where you're talking over the attorney. And the fact that Amber feels bold enough to do it, that's
And I'm a bit surprised
tells
that
the
we
tale.
didn't get an objection from
it
Elaine's
tells a real
team
big
here
tale.
because, I mean, Camille was being a little bit aggressive.
Yes, a little bit argumentative here. You can make an argumentative objection here. And sorry, I want to make sure I got the super chat, which was she turns from Mira into Ursula. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. She definitely does turn from Mira into Ursula. And by the way, sweethearts, thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Appreciate that as well. She definitely does turn to Ursula here. Guys, and Jordy does not have a YouTube channel, but he does have a Twitch and a Twitter, which I will put in the description. I'll add it to the description. Lena says she's a compulsive liar. Yes, and that's the problem. That's really the problem in this case, is that she decides to lie and lie and lie, just like this, how we see it. So let's continue.
Heard,
And things
Ms.
like
Heard,
that.
the only thing that was broken in the trailer, according to Mr. Knight, was a light fixture. Yes or no?
I realized that he summed it up by saying a light fixture was broken, just the way his security guard summed up him trashing my closet as being
Your
rearranged.
Honor, I'm going to move to strike everything after he summed it up, that it was a light fixture, as non-responsive.
She answered the question, Your Honor.
Overruled.
In the security guard testimony, Your Honor.
I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Mr. Knight also testified that he charged Mr. Depp only $62 for the damaged light fixture. You heard that, correct?
I did.
In Hicksville, you were the only one that was jealous that Mr. Depp was spending time from other people. Isn't that correct, Ms. Heard?
That is incorrect.
In Hicksville, you were the one who was upset that Mr. Depp wasn't giving you enough attention.
Incorrect again.
So
Ms. Heard, you told
correct.
the jury
though.
that you had no idea the press was going to be at the courthouse when you got your TRO on May 27th, 2016. Do you remember that testimony?
I said I did not have anything to do with it. Yes.
No. My question again. You told this jury that you had no idea that the press was going to be outside after you got the ex-party TRO on May 27th, 2016. Do you remember that testimony?
I apologize. I must have misunderstood Ms. Vasquez. I actually had no idea whether they
She
were.
didn't misunderstand. She intentionally did that and intentionally misled, intentionally slowed down, intentionally answered the question wrong. It's all intentional. This is purely intentional behavior, like 100% intentional behavior.
Or not. When I walked into the courtroom that day, it was completely quiet, still, empty. Even though I had given Johnny's team notice that I was filing a
Objection. Your
TRO,
Honor, this is not
we had no
responsive.
reason to
Move to
believe the
strike.
press knew.
Yeah, that and Amber is trying to get in details here. She's trying to get in details that she knows should otherwise be unadmissible.
Yeah, she's just trying to work over
Jordan, do you
previous
have something to say about
testimony.
that? It's unnecessary, and it makes her come off as a bitch.
Yeah, I
Your
agree.
Honor, I would also ask that you instruct the witness to stop talking once I lodge an objection.
Your Honor, she's trying to answer the question as best she can, and Ms. Vasquez is misrepresenting to her what she testified to.
Well, I'll strike the last part as
Thank
non-responsive.
you.
Just if you could just answer the questions asked. Okay, thank you, Ms. Heard.
In fact, you testified that you were, quote, shocked when you saw press when you were leaving the courthouse. Yes?
Yes.
You weren't shocked at all, though, were you?
Incorrect. It was.
You knew the press
horrifying.
would be at the courthouse, right, Ms. Heard?
No,
Well, you did bring your publicist to the courthouse with you on May 27th, 2016, didn't you?
I sure did. I'm a public figure. I brought my publicist in case it blew up. In case. And
You
I'm
actually
glad
had
I did.
alerted TMZ that you would be filing a TRO against Mr. Depp that very
No,
day,
I did
didn't
not.
you?
No, I did
The
not.
one day you didn't bother to wear makeup to cover up the mark on your face.
I did not call TMZ or any other news source or paparazzi source. No one.
Well,
I
we
never
heard
did that.
testimony from former
And
TMZ.
you, by the way, the thing that jumped out at me here, Jordy, the thing that like really popped out at me is here when, based on her earlier testimony, her previous testimony, when she says I didn't do it, she literally only means herself. So if her publicist or any of the other agents, right, anybody else, if anybody else says. It's like, I was the one that did it, right? Let's say her lawyer did it, or her publicist did it, or anybody else did it for it. Rocky did it for her on her behalf. She doesn't consider that as her, even if she told them to do it. It's a very weird. Amber's theory of agency is very weird.
That's because
It's
she's
unique to Amber.
basically saying that, oh, whilst I might be responsible for these actions, I sure as hell didn't do it.
Right.
Employee Morgan Tremaine yesterday, correct?
Did I hear his testimony?
Yes.
Yes, I was here.
Yes. And you heard Mr. Tremaine's testimony that he knew to dispatch the paparazzi to the courthouse on May 27th, right?
I heard him say that he knew that, yes.
Yeah, and that he dispatched paparazzi to the courthouse to capture a picture of an alleged bruise on the right side of your face. Do you remember him saying that?
I remember him saying that.
That information must have come from your team, right, Ms. Heard?
Absolutely not. Why would I want that? What actual survivor of domestic violence wants that?
Oh my fucking God. Like, think about that statement that she just said right now. Think about that. She was like, who would do that? What actual survivor would do that?
Yeah, I was a bit disgusted by
You
that.
literally just answered your own question. You literally answered your own question. You're not a survivor of domestic violence. That's the point. It's like you played yourself. And the thing is, when you get angry, and you can see she's angry. I mean, this is a very unfortunate place where I pause it here. I'll skip it a little bit. Maybe it'll.
Now,
There you go. Okay, she's looking like that. She doesn't look like she's like having a stroke or something. But when you get mad, you lose emotional control and you start making bad, irrational decisions. That's why a good rule for life is if you ever start feeling emotional, whatever that emotion is, whether it's angry or sad or scared or whatever, take some time, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, calm down, and then think about the decision. Don't make decisions when you're highly emotional. Yet you have a huge probability of making a mistake. And speaking in a high stakes trial, when you're emotional, it's a severe problem. Someone actually sent me this article about her and how she can get angry, but I'll pull it up later. But I think that Amber is someone who definitely has a tendency for anger.
video of Mr. Depp beating up some kitchen cabinets. You admit that you took that video, correct?
Yes, I did.
Right. And you acknowledge that the video was released online the day before you were deposed in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp in August of 2016, right?
I believe it was, yes.
But you testified that you had absolutely nothing to do with the video's release, right?
Absolutely not.
And you testified that you learned about it when you landed after flying into LA. Do you remember that testimony?
Upon touchdown is when I was alerted to the video's
You
existence
heard Mr.
online.
Tremaine testify about this video as well yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you heard Mr. Tremaine testify that TMZ received the cabinet video the same day you landed at LAX. Yes?
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's what his testimony was. I'm sorry.
You heard Mr. Tremaine testify that the cabinet video was posted 15 minutes after TMZ received it. Yes?
That's what I heard him say.
And that this could only have been possible if the video was received directly from the source. Yes?
I heard him say that. I don't know if that's true or if that's possible because
And
it
you
didn't come
heard
from me. I was
Mr.
flying.
Tremaine
So
testify.
I know that's incorrect is what I mean to say.
Another liar on the stand.
One of the things
Not-
that's interesting
not just
here,
lying.
Andrew, is that she's established that Amber has the had the copyright to the initial video right at the very beginning, just by reiterating, oh yeah, you filmed this video, didn't you? It was your video. And then all of this that follows with her basically saying that the TMZ guy's lying and everything like that, it all stacks up back to that, well, you were the initial copyright holder, so no matter who gave it over, they had to have your permission.
Yes, somebody had to get permission from you. So either you recklessly gave away permission to somebody you shouldn't have, or, you know, you gave it knowingly. Either way, not a good look for Amber. Not a good look for Amber.
Just know that that's incorrect.
Right. And you heard Mr. Tremaine testify that TMZ owns the copyright to the cabinet video, right?
That's news to me.
The cabinet video you filmed of your then husband, yes?
The copyright ownership of that is news to me. I learned that yesterday.
Okay, I don't believe that she doesn't understand how copyright works. Like, as an actress,
Yeah, she's an actress. There's no
I
way
refuse
she
to
doesn't know how
believe she doesn't
copyright
understand
works.
how. I refuse to believe that that is your bread and butter, your image, your right to publicity. I absolutely do not believe you don't understand that at all.
Cabinet video that you captured of your then husband, yes?
That is correct. I did capture that video, and
The
yes,
cabinet
that was my
video-
husband.
The same cabinet video that was released the night before you were deposed in your divorce, yes?
That's correct.
You must have also heard Mr. Tremaine testify that the version of the cabinet video that TMZ received was incomplete compared to the video the jury saw in this trial. Did you hear that?
The video that that you have seen is complete.
Right. But the one TMZ got the day before your deposition in the divorce was incomplete.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
He testified that at the beginning portion of the video where you set up the camera, that wasn't included in the video that TMZ received.
I don't know what video TMZ
I'm talking
received.
about Mr. Tremaine's testimony, Ms. Hurd. Let's just
You're
focus on
asking me to
Mr.
repeat
Tremaine.
his testimony?
No, I'm asking you if you recall hearing him say those words to this jury.
Yes,
Under oath.
I heard his testimony. We all did.
And he testified that the end of the video where you can be seen smirking. I know you testified earlier that you haven't been smirking in this trial, but you sure were caught on camera smirking in that video.
I disagree.
But that she can disagree all she wants. Like, the internet has spoken. We've got the facts in the backup. She 100% has been smirking during a lot of this testimony.
Take the internet out of it. The jury will have seen her smirking several times throughout different videos and in the courtroom and on the stand herself. So they know that that's going to be a lie.
Yeah. So I mean, you're just lying to people who've seen it, right? And that makes it even worse when you're lying to somebody who like knows better, right? Who knows better.
Disagree with that.
Was also not included in the TMZ video.
Everyone can watch that video and you can determine whether you think it's funny to me or not.
That's because the video came from you, right, Ms. Hurd?
No, it did not.
You
That
edited
video
out
did
the
not
portions.
come to me.
Ms.
Come
Hurd,
from me.
Ms. Hurd, you edited out the portions that made you look bad before sending it to TMZ.
You are very wrong about that.
So
If
that
I
only
wanted to
Mr.
leak
Depp
information, I
looked
could have
bad.
done it in a more effective way, a lot sooner and a lot more.
Because
I was
exactly
living
how to
with
do
a
that,
mountain.
right?
because I'm so smart and I'm so fabulous and I'm able to do everything perfectly. Like, if I wanted to do it, I would do it perfectly and flawlessly. Like, what do you think this is? Like, I would never make a mistake. Oh my God. Ugh.
This evidence. If I wanted to leak it, I could have done a lot more with it.
That you testified
I thought she
earlier.
didn't know how to leak things.
Remember that one? She didn't know how to do it. So both she cannot do it, she's incompetent, and also the best leaker ever.
She is so full of shit.
Which one is it, Amber? Good point. I forgot about that. I forgot about that one for a second, Jordy. Thanks for reminding me. I literally forgot that she talked that she doesn't even know how to leak. And then now all of a sudden she knows how to leak very well. I forgot about that lie. That's a huge lie. And once again, she's dropping this because she's mad. She's using a form of argument that, like, oh, please. You know, that's a form of argument that you use when you get mad.
Leak things.
I
Remember
don't.
that? Right. You edited that video before you gave it to TMZ so that only Mr. Depp would look bad. Yes?
That's absurd.
Right in the middle of your divorce proceedings.
Again, you're very wrong.
I'd like to show you a picture from that's already admitted into evidence. It's Defendant's Exhibit 799. This is you at the courthouse on May 27th, 2016, when you got your domestic violence restraining order against Mr. Depp, right?
Not a great look. Not a great look. Squid says, we know she isn't a good leaker because there was only a turd left in the bed. Oh, Squid, my brother. But somebody who is really good in general and who I can always rely on for great commentary and most of all, great predictions is my good friend, Nate the Lawyer. Nate the Lawyer, how's it going, brother?
This is Mega Country. Mega Country.
What's up, Nate? How's it going, mate?
We're going great, going good. How you guys doing? It's good to see you guys this morning.
Good to see you. Good to see you, brother. I'm here rocking probably the little bit defunct hotel airport Wi-Fi here. Actually, I'm hard blinded, but the slightly defunct in Incheon. So hey, let me drop this for a second. I think it may be freezing up. But Nate, people call you the Lawracle. Sorry, let me drop this here. People call you the Lawracle, right? Because you make great predictions, right? You make great predictions on the streams and the outcomes. Do you have a prediction for this stream, like for this outcome that you've made and you're kind of standing behind?
Yeah. I think Depp's going to win.
1 year for all.
I think Depp is going to win the first claim, and the second two he's going to lose. So I think Depp will win the sexual assault allegation claim. I think he has been defamed, and I think the abuse claim is too much of a close call. So I think Depp will get paid. But again,
I'm in full agreement on that one.
Yeah, I think the sexual assault is too iffy. I think there's too much evidence that there may be some back and forth. I think people are comfortable. There's too many people who believe Depp who are comfortable in saying they believe that they were.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna
toxic.
try to see if this speeds up my internet here real quick to kill the camera for a second. But
do it. Oh, are you better now? Can you hear? LM, can you hear me? I think LM is froze up again.
Yeah, I think there's a delay on his hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he should turn. I was going to tell him he should turn down his
a toxic environment for sure. Because the
yeah,
thing
he
with
didn't hear that we just said.
Yeah, you're clear, bro.
No, we were just talking. You came
No,
that's
my Wi-Fi. I think it's probably. Yeah, it's probably a delay. Let me see if I can fix this real quick, guys.
No. It's no worries. These things happen. You could turn down your resolution from high def to.
I got you guys now. Like the delay is.
Cool.
Delay is getting a little.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, bro, I think this case is what it is.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me actually pop back in real quick.
All right, cool. I'll talk to the chat. They say Nate stream.
Yeah, Nate just completely took over the stream.
Yeah, right. I wish I can stream. I'm probably gonna go on. I like to do the circuit, so I like to go on Nick, Legal Bites, and all these other streams during the day. So I can't stream the day, guys. I wish I could so bad. And yes, I do
from closing arguments. Then Nate, how do you expect them to line it up in terms of which attorneys do you expect to use where?
All right. If that didn't fix it.
No, you sound a lot better now, though.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Hold on.
I do, but before we get too deep into it, I do want to address the craziness that seems to be going on. So I went to bed last night. I know DUI guy and Legal Bites had a little beef, but then wake up this morning, it's like, the whole thing went to shit. Can somebody give me an update on what happened? I'm like looking on Twitter now. It's like crazy.
Yeah, so basically yesterday at the start of Legal Bites' stream, she said she wasn't going to have DUI guy and James back on because of like their reactions in court and things like that, even though it's their natural reactions.
Hold on.
And that's blown up on Twitter.
Okay.
So hold on.
I'm trying to drop the resolution here, so maybe that actually works real quick.
All right. So because I saw DUI guy calling out DM, and I was like, okay, whatever. They seem to be having some beef. So, but the beef was she didn't want him back on her stream because of his reaction to what?
So
to
facial
the-
reactions in court, and apparently there'd been issues within the courthouse, even though, like DUI guy said, there's been no issues in court. It's basically just drama between people, and obviously because we're in the internet age, Twitter people and fans of Legal Bites and fans of DUI guy have just completely blown up over it, as Twitter does.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense. All right,
well,
go ahead.
and that's what I was saying. I had a speech on this in the beginning, and I know that there's now 8,000 people. By the way, smash the like button.
Oh,
If you
I'm
do it-
sorry. I woke up and I was like, and I saw
Yeah.
the madness. I was like, what the hell? This
madness.
5,001. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
so
hell just happened?
Yeah, that's a good TLDR version. Essentially, it was, and by the way, I haven't spoke to either one of them individually, like directly. I've just heard from second sources, and I saw the clips. And Alita put out a statement, and I listened to that. And like I said, they're both welcome on my channel. I don't have I treat people how they treat me personally.
Yeah, I got no problem with anybody.
Right.
That's
It's how you
fine.
treat me personally, right? Like, I don't care if someone beefs with you, Nate. Like, that's between you and them, right? That's not between me and you. Like,
Oh, of course.
you know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
you know what though? Listen, and I'm not about the nonsense in the bull, right?
Right.
Not nonsense is number one. And I'm going to throw shade at everybody. I'm going to just tell you how I straight up feel, and I don't care if you stay or you leave. Number one,
Right.
I think both of them were wrong, straight up. And that's honestly, I think Legal Bites, I understand where she was coming from, right? It's her stream. She can invite whoever you want or whatever you want. But I think it was a real reaction. Fine, right? But then I think DUI guy, instead of being a cat and just addressing her, right? Just going to her. Like, if I had beef with you, Legal Mindset, I'm not going to stream and blasting you. I'm coming to you. Like, what the hell?
Personally, yeah, call me up or hit me up on a Twitter DM. Yeah.
And
DM,
then if we can't get it together, then I'll blast you. But first,
Yes.
I got enough respect to come to you and be like, yo, this is crazy, bro. What the hell you mean I can't
Let's sort it.
get on
Yeah,
your
let's sort
stream?
it.
Yeah. You know what the hell? Where'd you get this from? And then if we can't settle it, then my gloves are off. But first, I'm gonna come straight to you. So I think Alita was wrong. She jumped the gun with this whole, I'm going to be policing the courthouse from on the stream. All right. I think that was a mistake. But then I think DUI guy's mistake is just not going and being a man and be like, yo, this is ridiculous. We got to have a conversation about that. But they want to take it public. They want to go through this whole melee and all that stuff. It is what it is. I love Alita. Alita's like, that's my sister. I think DUI guy is extremely excellent. I watch his stuff every night. So for me, this is not even a problem because I'm still going to go hang out with DUI guy in the morning when he's doing his thing. I'm still going to hang out in Alita when she's doing her thing. I'm still going to hang out with Nick and the rest of them doing their thing. But I'm just going to be, if people want to know my feelings on it, I'm just saying, I think both sides need to stop playing these crazy games, get together and just say, yo, this is over. This was a misunderstanding or whatever. And people just need to understand that there are two ways you can handle things. And I think this was handled poorly on both ends.
I totally understand that. I totally get that. I agree with you. I mean, the one thing I can say is I would definitely always handle things person to person. I don't think I would ever use social media as a medium to communicate because it's a terrible medium. And by the time that you sort that out on social media, it's caused so much drama, issues, and everyone's looking for drama. It's the internet,
It
right?
makes everyone involved look bad then as well when it's plastered all over social media. That social media doesn't present anybody in a good light when there's drama.
Yeah, makes it public. It makes it public, and people make it into blood sport, right? And it shouldn't be because we're all professionals and we can all deal with things professionally if we try. I mean, as lawyers, I try to deal very professionally with other lawyers, and I try not to embarrass them publicly unless I have to, right?
Listen, you guys are more than just lawyers, Joe. You guys are friends, bro. Legal Mindset, you're a friend. Jody, I'm not close to Jody, but Jody's cool as hell, right? I've never had a problem with Jody, and I would never do anything to disrespect him. But you're a friend of mine. I would say you're my friend. Right. So there's a level of that there too. And I would consider DUI guy. He's been we've been on streams together and all that stuff. I just think at a point, if we step back and think about this whole issue, it's a nonsense bullshit issue that's causing drama for nothing. Really? Like, hey, I'm gonna do just give me a break today on from the stream. Like, that's what we're really talking about. And that's caused all this beef because everything else was good. But I just think at the end of the day, it's about relationships and how you treat people. If you want to go public and blast people, that's fine. But I just always think number one, you shouldn't be, I don't think he's done. DUI guy did anything wrong. I saw his reaction in court. I thought for me, they were like, I was like, this guy's crazy. But if they were fun, I would have never thought they were even a problem. Somebody else they were. That's just that's their thing. But but this whole we can't talk to each other is what caused this whole thing. But now I think it's over, and now we move forward. But I just wanted to address it because next thing I just opened my Twitter DMs and it's like, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? I'm like, I didn't even know this was happening. I was asleep. I literally woke up and now I'm looking at it. It's looking crazy. No, I heard about. I saw the problem because I watched part of DUI guy's stream and I was like, oh, that's messed up. But then I woke up and I'm like, what the hell? And people are leaving and all. Huh?
That's why I had to say something about it right away, because I was like you, Nate. I'm getting blown up. We're all content creators, right? We all produce content, and people ask me my opinion, where I'm at, whose team I'm on, and I'm like, this isn't a fucking team thing. This is not a team. I'm not picking teams here. I'm collaborating with everybody, right? I never viewed this as a team thing, or if you're in the clubhouse and you're not, that's some bullshit. I do my own thing, and I join other people for the things they do, and we can hopefully do some great stuff together. But yeah, no, Alita's my friend. I've known her since we like I said, we started together. We started around the same time. So, and she always, to me individually, whenever she's had a problem, and that's been very rare, only really one problem I can think of I had with her, she dealt with it person to person to me. We dealt with it privately, and it was sorted, and we're good. And like, I've never had an issue since then. Since that one minor thing that was sorted, we're good. So I have no issue with anybody. I'm totally cool. No beef. We're good.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? It is what it is. Let's, I think we'll all survive. We'll all move forward. And I just hope the best. I hope the best for Alita. I hope the best for the UI guy. They're more than welcome on my streams. I think they're both amazing people. I don't have any issue with either one of them. I just feel sad that it's like mommy and daddy are arguing, and you feel bad for them both. So it is what.
Yeah. Exactly. It's it's an awkward situation when it's like two people that like, okay, I want to be friends with both of you. So fix this quick, right?
Yeah. But now let's get back to the madness.
Sure. Hey, let me bring on my good friend Jeff, Legal Vices.
Jeff, what's up, everybody? What's up? Doing, Jeff?
I'm doing good.
Are you got anything to drink, Jeff?
That's
at 5:30.
Of course, that's a silly question.
I forgot it's not 5:30 all over the world.
No. He's in Korea with me, so we're on
7
p.m.
in the evening. Yeah,
7 p.m. So we're
7:09.
Totally acceptable.
You guys are great. I hate you guys now.
Yeah.
I can't start drinking yet. It's not even midday for me yet.
So can I say? I do want to say this about the trial. Amber Heard, I think she's going to a guillotine right now. I don't think the jury believes her at all. What do you guys think? I'm talking about from what I've been reading.
No, and not only that, but I don't want to risk crashing myself here about playing this video again. But she established actual malice and therefore got the slap defense, thrown out of the jury instruction there at the end when she admitted to the op-ed, right? Her op-ed admission. So I think that you put that on top of the fact it's going to a jury that has not been sympathetic to her, that every court reporter, every single person who's in that court has said that they do not like her. They're not looking favorable at her. Maybe there's one or two juries that are neutral, but there's certainly nobody that's clearly pro Amber. There's no people that are anti Johnny and pro Amber. That's a problem for Amber. That's a big problem.
Oh, yeah.
My only issue with the malice is we've just got to hope the jury was paying attention, because they're not going to get transcripts of what the witnesses have said, are they? So we've got to hope that at least one juror picked up and wrote down that she said she wrote that op-ed about Johnny.
Yeah, but that went with that. Well, yeah, because I don't think it's about really the issues. The big issue in this trial is about the statements and whether they're false. And I think Amber she did the wrong thing. She went into they closed their case trying to continue the narrative that Amber was an angel and Johnny was the devil. And that is not that's not the case. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's clear to anyone in our field that the decision to go on the stand yesterday was 100% Amber's. I can't imagine anywhere in the multiverse that her lawyers would have said, we got to put you back up there to rehabilitate yourself.
Yeah.
It was bad enough, but after yesterday it was just disastrous.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why they would put her on as the last witness too, knowing what that stuff, you know.
I mean, that was all her decision. Let's face it.
Well,
She
it's like
wanted to
watching
have the last
Jurassic
word.
World. You're being chased by Tyrannosaurus Rexes. It can't get any worse, and then the volcano explodes. You know,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, that was just bad to watch.
Yeah, you know what? It's weird because I understand
Oh, fuck.
when you have a
Okay.
difficult client. And I
Yeah,
think
sorry
Amber's
guys.
a difficult
Once
client.
again, this thing's acting up on me.
Oh, sorry about that, bro.
No.
Yeah.
You good?
Well, they can just stare at our handsome mugs while he figures the shit out.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm looking at
You know what?
Oh, the
You know
chat's
what I'll
still
do,
talking
Jeff?
about the last.
Jeff,
the
do you
last
want to
thing.
kick on your stream because your connection is probably better than mine, and I'll just dump into yours and let you guys continue the conversation because I don't want to stop this conversation on bad Wi-Fi or keep you guys held up.
No,
Let me just dump it, Jeff. You want to bump yours earlier, start into yours, and so the connection runs a little better.
If everybody's
Yeah.
cool with that, I
Hold on,
guess.
I'll just do this. I'll do it that
All
way.
right.
Hold on.
I will go fire up the grill here. Give me about 30 seconds.
All right. The people are still talking about the other stuff and some Amber bites, Amber stuff. They're talking about the legal bite stuff. I'm looking at the chat and Amber and legal bites and Amber. Let's go, Link. All right, we're gonna switch over. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll listen, people. Whatever happened, we'll find out all the detail. I'll find out all the details today because I'm going to see legal bites. I'm probably going to see DUI guy, and I'll probably hear the full story. So people are saying that I'm missing some things. Yeah, I don't know. I probably am. Alita was voicing her opinion. She reserves the right to who she